Hey guys, this is Avis Franklin, and this is the Daddy Go Project, where we empower fathers to lead with love, faith, and purpose. And on today's topic, I want to talk to you guys about how to encourage independence in our children. Um, Dad, can I be real with you? And I have to be real with myself as well. It is our job not to control our children. It is our job to prepare our children for the world. One day, you're going to be gone. They're going to be gone, living their life. And ask yourself this question: if your child was to leave, are they going to be prepared for the world, or are they going to be clueless? And this is a challenge for me to prepare my children for the world. The world has so much that our children need to be knowledgeable about: budgeting their money, working, creating good job habits, saving their money, doing things the right way, being respectful, talking in a respectful manner to people of authority. All these aspects that we're supposed to prepare our children for. And these are learned and taught. These are learned from our fathers and mothers, the parents. We're supposed to teach our children each and every day on how, and prepare our children on how to be independent and how to live a life away from mom and dad and not rely on mom and dad all the time for living life. Today, we're going to talk about on how to help our kids become independent without losing our connection with our children. Let's get it. Now, I have a personal uh, story to tell. Um, I am a big mama's boy. I love my mom. She's raised me to be the man of God that I am today, and I thank God for that. She is a pillar in my life. She is a motivation, and I believe that she's prepared me as well as she could. But I'll be honest with you, there were some things when I left home and moved out, there were some things that I didn't know how to do because guess what? Your boy relied on mama a lot to do them for him. And I'm not too proudful to share this, but um, when I moved out, I didn't know how to cook. Mama cooked for me. I knew somewhat. I can boil some weenies, put it that way. Or I can cook a mean ramen noodle dish. The noodles, the ramen noodles. I can cook some mean ones. We can spraz them up and put all kind of sausage and weenies and stuff in them. So I can do that. But I didn't even know how to wash clothes. you know, so I was kind of not prepared for the world as I should have been. But I'm grateful for my mom. She did the best she knew how to do, and I am grateful for what I have learned throughout the years, through trial and error, and through mistakes and whatnot. And I'm still learning today, guys. You'll never stop learning how to do things, but I believe that my lack of knowing things, it shows me now that how I need to equip my children for the world and some of the things that I can teach them now on how to prepare them for their future. Now, guys, I want to share with you why independence with your children matters. Your job is to raise your children to be adults, not to keep them as kids. Hey, bro, did y'all hear that back there? Y'all didn't? Okay, hold on. One more time. Your job is to raise your children to be adults and not kids. It's not our responsibility to keep our children as children. Our children, our kids, will become adults. And when they become adults, we must treat them as an adult so that they can learn independence, make decisions for themselves. Now, I got some statistics. Boom. Y'all know me. Statistics are very valuable to me. And I think that real life statistics will help us to understand and resolve problems very easily. Kids who learn responsibility are more likely to be successful in adulthood. Y'all hear that? Kids who are allowed to make decisions and solve problems on their own grow up more likely confident and resilient. Another, studies show that overprotective parents can lead to low self esteem and poor decision making. I can understand where that can be very true in my own life. If you always do everything for your kids, they won't never learn how to do nothing for themselves. Let me say that one more time. If we're always doing stuff for our children, they will never learn how to do things for themselves. They'll always make bad decisions. Or they will always, it's okay to get advice from our parents, but sometimes they have to learn on their own to solve problems, because you're trying to teach them independence away from the parents, and not so dependent upon parents, but to be independent to make decisions for themselves. Now, guys, we can have a responsibility. We can teach our children responsibility at any kind of age. It's best to start early to teach them age appropriate responsibilities. Maybe for toddlers, you can teach them how to clean up their toys, pick their toys up and put them in the toy box. For kids that are between 6 to 12, you can teach them how to make their bed, help with laundry, wash the dishes, or even excelling beyond 12, you can teach your children how to budget their money and how to do laundry and make decisions. But whatever age that they are, we're always teaching our children responsibilities. It helps them to be independent away from mom and dad, but to make decisions upon themselves. Proverbs 22 verse 6 says this: train up a child, and we love this scripture, train up a child in the way that it should go, and when they get old, he will not depart from it. Teaching responsibility early prepares them for their future. It really does. When we teach our children responsibility, it prepares them for their future. I can remember how I got out, turned a certain age. I don't know if I was 18, 19, 20, but I moved out the home and I was like, this is it. This is it. Here we go. Let's get out and live life. Let's get out and do this. Let's get out and do that. And it was so many things that I was unprepared for. And I can see that I could have made some better decisions. I could have done some things better. I could have learned some things. And sometimes we have to apply ourselves. We have to want to learn how to do these things. And I'm grateful for the things that I've learned now. The things that I'm prepared now to prepare my children so that they can be independent. Now, dads, let me tell you something. We need to stop micromanaging our kids. I believe that letting them fail is a teacher. Failure is a part of learning. Honestly, when our children learn to fail, it teaches them life skill. If we always step in as a father to fix things, or as a parent to fix things, your children will never learn how to handle real life issues and problems. If we're always jumping in and no, let me do it now. No, your children need to learn how to fail. They need to learn how to figure out things themselves, so that, you know what, all right, okay, all right, I should have done it this way. And it's a good life skill, life thing, because they won't always rely on mom and dad, which is okay for advice. But I feel that we need to allow our children to fail, so that they will learn how to figure out things themselves. Let me ask yourself this question. Honestly, ask yourself this question: do I let my kids make decisions, or do I decide for them? I thought about it. Do I allow my children to make certain decisions, or do I just, you know what? I'm going to decide for you. Number two, do I give them the space to figure things out, or do I always step in and do it for them? Do you give your kids space to figure things out, or do you just jump in and no, 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 I'm gonna do it for you. This is how you do it. This is how you do it. No, that's not good to do because your children will never figure out how to solve problems themselves. It's important that we just step back and allow them to figure it out. And if they truly, truly can't get it, then we can step in and encourage them and cause them to think, cause them to think about the possibilities of the answer, and steer them in the right way. Don't control your children. Don't control their thought patterns. They it's important that we encourage our children to think for themselves and not take control of their minds or do mind control tactics. It's very unhealthy for them. It's important that they learn how to figure out things themselves. James 1 verse 4 says this: let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. See, when we allow our children to fail, it builds a little maturity in them. It helps them to grow resilience. You know what? I figured this out, Mom, or I figured this out, Dad, this problem. Ask questions. Don't always be so rushed to give them the answer to things. Ask questions. And if they just truly just can't get it, then you can encourage the answer. But allow them, give them space and room to think. Don't think for your children. Encourage them to be problem solvers themselves. I learned this over the years in my personal life where I had an issue, I had a problem that needed to be solved. I had a bathroom leak in the wall, and I was like, how am I going to figure this out? I got a bathroom leak in the wall, and I had to figure out, I YouTube, Google, this, that, and other. I basically reconstructed and remodeled my whole bathroom, took all this tile and stuff down, took different things, took down a cast iron tub, broke that down, and I had some help, and I thank God for the help that I had. But it took me some time to figure it out. But I was so resilient in figuring this problem, figuring out this issue, this thing, and I never gave up. When you allow your children to think and allow them to go through the process, it produces resilience, perseverance on the inside of them, and I think that's a good trait to have. Because so they won't give up so easily when trials come their way. They won't give up so easily when something hard or a mountain that they're facing in their life, they're sitting there looking at that mountain like, I don't know how I'm going to figure this out. When we allow our children to figure out things themselves, it builds resilience and perseverance. Let them struggle sometime. Let them struggle sometime. It builds, like I said, it builds great maturity in their lives. Hey guys, we can also encourage our children to make decisions. Give them opportunity to think for themselves. Start small though. Start real small. It can be from what to wear or how to manage their allowance or even how to solve small problems. But when your kids make a bad decision, don't criticize. Help them to figure it out, the problem. Teach them how to learn through the process. If they make a bad decision, don't be so quick to criticize. We're always in modes of learning and teaching them through the process of how to make a better decision by asking questions. If they say, well, Dad or Mom or whatever, I'm going to decide to do this, ask a question. Don't be so quick to criticize them for the decision that they made. Ask questions. Well, do you think you could have made a better decision? Or could you have done it a different way? Well, what if you did it this way? What do you think about it? Don't be so quick to make the decision for them, but ask them a question to encourage a different thought process. Did you get that? You ask a question to the child. Don't make the decision for them. It helps to build maturity. Ask a question to cause that child to think differently, think a different way. And if they do decide to make that decision or advice that you gave them, that's okay. Or if not, but we are not to control our children. We are to prepare them through advice and teaching them and talking to them through questions. Now, guys, final challenge. Teaching your children independence is not easy. Sometimes we want to be super dad and we want to jump in every single time. But I believe super dads sometimes need to be turning into Clark Kent. Let me say that for the ones in the back that didn't hear that. Sometimes super dad has to become Clark Kent at times, because if we always jump in to save the day, we do not truly teach our children independence. Let your children learn. Let them try. Let them make mistakes, even. It's going to build maturity and perseverance in your children. They one day going to become a super dad for their children. Instead of relying on their super dad, you're really building super dads or super moms or whatever. You're building super children for the future. And I'm telling you, if we become Clark Kent for our children, it's gonna build super kids. Your job is really to guide them and not to control them. It's really not to control your children. We're built to prepare and guide our children in the right way. It's very important that we know that. Teaching them something new and then just giving them the room to make a mistake, to figure it out. Teach them something new and then just back up and let them figure it out. And if they just truly just need your help, I didn't say to not help your children or give them the answer, but teach them, give them room to think, give them room to marinate in their mind about the decision, because it really teaches your children maturity. Now, again, guys, this would not be Daddy Go if it wasn't for you. Daddy Go is a project that has always been birthed in my heart to help fathers just to grow, to build a community of fathers, to let you guys know that you're not alone and that we have all kind of situations and trials and tribulations of life that we're going through. And I would love to hear about that in the comments, and just share with me some of the stories that you've had, and if these videos really resonate with you. But guys, I got an offer that you just cannot refuse. It's free though. It's free. It's an ebook from me to you to teach 10 lessons that every father needs to know to build a strong household. It's a free ebook in the description below, and it's even in my bio on Facebook, Instagram, and even in my bio on YouTube. It's my gift from me to you to help you grow to be strong fathers, to teach your children independence, and to help you along your journey as fatherhood. I have so many things to share, and I'm building so much right now, as even small Discord community and some other things that will help fathers with, even if you need one-on-ones to help you figure out make some decisions. I'm doing a lot behind the scenes, but we're just in the making, guys. I really appreciate you for just joining this journey of fatherhood. And if you would, just do me a favor. Subscribe, share this information, like every video, and turn on that notification bell where you'll be notified on new videos that are coming out each and every week, guys. I really would appreciate it. Now, guys, like I always say, it's never too late to be a father. You will never ever be perfect. But one thing I can ask you to focus on, just be present. Always be present for your children. Because this community of Daddy Go Project, we're always wanting to empower fathers to lead with love, faith, and purpose. Guys, I appreciate you. I love you. Now you go, Daddy.